Okay, I thought I would make a video to replace my other diction video to make it a little bit better, since I kind of had to just randomly split it in half. So this time I'll consciously split it in half. The first half will be about consonants. The next one will be about vowels, okay? So I thought I would define a couple words for you. Diction. Diction is, there are several definitions, but I picked one. The degree of clarity and distinctness of pronunciation in speech or singing, okay? Perfect word. I just thought I'd give that to you since I've used the word. Next, consonants. Consonants means everything but vowels. I use the word articulation a lot. Articulation means to speak clearly, okay? So there you go. There's a couple words to start off with real fast so you know what we're talking about, okay? When we're talking about diction and when we're singing a song, I mostly go through and tell you how to make it sound like you're really talking without distorting your singing, okay? But you also need to go and make the effort and learn the correct pronunciation yourself. I don't want to hear axes instead of asks, okay? And everything else. Learn proper diction. Learn the proper pronunciation of the word. And I'll try to help you with the diction a little bit. I'm not going to work on everything that I know. I'm going to just try to give you what I can in a short manner, okay? Now, the strength of your consonants are going to often be determined by the style of your song and what your song is. I'll give you a perfect example. If you're saying a really exciting story to your friends, then it's really effective to be super, super articulate, okay? But if you're telling your girlfriend you love her, you say, Sally, I think you are beautiful and I love you, okay? That doesn't work too well. So you'd say, Sally, I think you're beautiful and I love you. Right? That's a little bit better, okay? So it's going to depend. The same thing in singing. It's just going to depend on how it sounds. Now, the goal in these words is to make them just sound like regular English. I'm not trying to make you distort anything, but we just don't want to make them sound like ugly English. Because in English, when we regularly talk, we don't have to hold words. We don't have to say, I like to drive a car. So therefore, it doesn't sound weird or not because you don't do that in English too much. But in singing, we do things like that, and therefore I'm going to try to go through it and tell you how to do that a little bit better, okay? So let's start off with the lemon consonants. They're called the lemon consonants because they're L, M, and N, okay? These are the ones you can hold while kind of singing at the same time. Okay? Now, the thing is, I don't believe in holding them, okay? It's not going to be a very effective way of singing. There's certain singing techniques for humming, which is what you're virtually doing. When I'm just going to say, you could do it if you're doing a character role or something like that. It's understandable. But for the most part, you're just going to want to touch them, okay? Lemon! And just touch them. You don't have to go, lemon! Okay? Now, another one people often hold is S, which is just horrible. It's the snake sound. Lemons! Okay, no holding S's, just touch it. Lemons! Okay? No reason to hiss, okay? Next, R. R is one of the harder things, okay? I think there's 3 ways of saying R's, okay? Or at least 3 that I commonly talk about. There's the inferred R, and let me tell you what that is. First, in English, we have what we call the retroflex R, which is one of the R's that we'll talk about, okay? The retroflex R is the R sound, okay? English is one of the only Western or any languages with that R sound, okay? In fact, if you hear people that English is their second language, they often have problems with the R, okay? So let me start off with the retroflex R. Sometimes in singing, you're going to have to sing with that retroflex R, okay? It's just kind of reality. If you sing the rowdy neighbors, you can't do the other way. So you have to say the rowdy neighbors, but you just want to, when it's at the end or in the middle, you just want to touch it at the beginning. Get off of it pretty fast. We don't want to do that, okay? So next, the inferred R, as I was getting into, car, okay? We could just say, I like to drive a car, and either barely touch that R. So it's, if I said it out loud, car, okay? You're not even really, I'm not even hearing the R really. It's just inferred. You mostly just hear it just because you want to hear it, okay? Next is the flipped R. This is going to be somewhat rare. It's very, very common in almost all other languages. Not almost all other Western languages. But if I said, my girlfriend's name is Rosa, okay? I don't even go Rosa, I go Rosa, and kind of touch it with a D. Rosa, 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 okay? My girlfriend's name is Rosa, okay? Now, and that you could do that with English words too. The goal is just go through it. When you hit an R, say, what's the best way of doing it? Go through it a couple times, try some things out, see what works the best for you. Okay. Next, anticipating the beat. Okay. In the faster songs, you're going to need to anticipate the beat and stay on top of it. Anticipate means to imagine it's coming early, I guess, and do it before it starts. Okay? You don't actually want to do that. You just want to visualize anticipating it so you don't get behind. Because in the fast songs, if you get behind, it sounds really cluttered and bad. And so we don't want to do that. Okay? Anticipate the beat. Imagine it. Know when it's coming and be right on top of the beat so you don't get behind. Very, very important. Okay? Next, working on the hard passages. Okay? The secret with working on the hard passages is just to go slowly, okay? One song that a lot of my students have sang over the years, my younger students, is Gary, Indiana, okay? And there's a passage in there that they've all had problems with, especially because they're young, and that is, if you'd like to have a logical explanation how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, okay? Yeah, those are kind of hard words, and it's so adorable seeing a little kid going through them. But you can start off slowly and then just get faster and faster until you feel more comfortable. If you'd like to have a logical explanation how I happened on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation. Next, never drop consonants, okay? If I was to sing duct tape, okay? You want to get the C and the T. Now, I don't know when the heck you're going to sing duct tape. I don't remember ever running into it. But if you run into it, make sure to say the T. Duct tape, okay? We don't want to say duct tape, because I don't know what duct tape is. Quack, 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 okay? But you want to make sure to get all the consonants. Hit them all. Be diligent about getting all the consonants, okay? So, the song I thought I'd sing for you is not Gary, Indiana. Giants in the Sky from Into the Woods by Stephen Sondheim, okay? And just listen, go through it. Listen to how articulate I am, how strong my consonants are, and everything else, okay? So, here we go. There are giants in the sky. There are big, tall, terrible giants in the sky. When you're way up high and you look below at the world you left and the things you know, little more than a glance is enough to show you just how small you are. When you're way up high and you're on your own in a world like none that you've ever known, and the sky is lead and the earth is stone, you're free to do whatever pleases you, exploring things you'd never dare, 'cause you don't care when suddenly there's a big, tall, terrible giant at the door. A big, tall, terrible lady giant sweeping the floor. And she gives you food and she gives you rest, and she draws you close to her giant breast, and you know things now that you never knew before. Not till the sky. Only just when you've made a friend and all, and you know she's big but you don't feel small, someone bigger than her comes along the hall to swallow you for lunch. And your heart is lead and your stomach's stone, and you're really scared of being all alone. And it's then that you miss all the things you've known and the world you left and the little you own. The fun is done. You steal what you can and run, and you scramble down and you look below, and the world you know begins to grow. The roof, the house, and your mother at the door. The roof, the house, and a world you've never thought to explore. And you think of all of the things you've seen, and you wish that you could live in between, and you're back again, only different than before. Not till the sky. There are giants in the sky. There are big, tall, terrible, awesome, scary, wonderful giants in the sky.